Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod, and happy Sat Stacking Saturday. Let's get it. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as breaking news. Every national treasury will need to hold Bitcoin, according to major asset manager Franklin Templeton. Let's go. We'll also be discussing who is El Loco, aka Javier Milei, and what's his stance on Bitcoin, the new Argentine president. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be discussing the latest with the SEC being accused of gaslighting in the new Coinbase rulemaking dispute. I'll be sharing the latest between the SEC and Coinbase. We'll also be discussing Saudi Aramco considering digital assets and more. In fact, Max Kaiser dropped the bombshell. What I heard 9 months ago and reported on is happening. Aramco is doing a Michael Saylor and putting billions of dollars into Bitcoin. FOMO is real. The high priest also shares the KSA, which is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Qatar are about to drop $1 trillion into Bitcoin. We'll also be sharing his prediction of the God candle of $100,000 and a single uptick. We're also going to be discussing spot Bitcoin ETF approval will propel the Bitcoin price to $1 million in 2024 in a matter of days to weeks after that ETF approval, according to Samson Mow. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much freaking more in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday. How's everyone doing? Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. I appreciate that. Shout out to Ty, Phil D's, DC, Daniel Cormier in the building, legit killer, Jennifer Conkright. Welcome. Good to see you as well. Relaxing and meditation music. Let's go. And yes, we are pumping on the daily. You already know it's about to get lit. Rachel, good morning. Appreciate you, family. Thanks for tuning in. Says grateful for these lives. Love your work. Well, I appreciate you tuning in live. David plugs, what's good, hodlers? Remember not to sell. Amen. Music to my ears right there. Key lime pie says relaxing. Is that what you're enjoying right now for dessert? Track you too. Let's freaking go. Yes, good stream. Good to note. Clear, Rachel. Appreciate it. Hopefully we have no gremlins on the stream interfering with our signal today. What up, Deeb? What up, fam? Good to see ya. What it do on Matrix? Always a pleasure. May and Sand. Shout out to all the HODL gang members of the channel. We have over 200 paid members. I appreciate all that support. You guys are incredible. Sheila, Cape Cod in the building. Welcome, Sheila. Welcome, Matt. Welcome, Sadat. We have so much to share today. Everything is perfect. Love to hear that. How's everyone's holiday going? In fact, I was just at the mall with my daughter. She got a toy, and the toy had a Bitcoin in it. I don't know what kind of great omen that is, going to the store, buying a random toy, and having a Bitcoin in the toy. Surprise. Wow, Bitcoin's going mainstream. Bull market incoming. Let's go. Bitcoin is pumping. We're at 42,400 right now. Let's see if we can recapture the local top for the year, which is roughly 44,750. We got to break above that. What up, Craig? Proof of work. Let's go. Pumping Saturday. You already know. It's Sat Stacking Saturday. Of course we're pumping. Welcome, Jersey Bean. Appreciate you. What it do, Dirty? What up, Profit Taker? I need everyone here to FOMO when those ETFs come out, right? Imagine Samson Mow correct. We see $1 million price action days or weeks after the ETF approval in 2024, blowing everyone's mind. Whew. Just imagine, what if? And let that sink in, family. That's a sign for sure. Agree. I always think that is a good omen when you run into a random Bitcoin in a toy. How cool is that? Hello, help from Brazil. Welcome, Satoshi Nakasuda. Appreciate ya. What it do, OG Backroad Crypto Bootleg? My favorite username of all time. Kaiser Candle for president. Yes, 100K God Candle, send it. Kaiser Candle, we renamed it. You already know. What up, Brian? That's the confirmation. Amen. It's time to go. $1 million biddies, send it. What up, Hellcat? Welcome to the stream, family. Rari time. That's right. How many of you are going to be buying a Rari with your Bitcoin when it hits the milli level? Let me know. The channel, 200,000 subs, easy in the bull market. Hey, that's being conservative. We're shooting for 10x along with the Bitcoin price to 10x. Now, if Bitcoin 10x, the price action, we're talking 420,000 per coin. Happy 420 hits from the Hopium Bong, as we do every day on Crypto News Alerts. Also, yeah, we can 10x our subscribers. Hell yeah. We can go go from what we at, roughly 64,000. Let's get to 640,000 subs. We already have the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. This is freaking episode 1493. There hasn't been anyone else as consistent as me, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. So we're overdue, in my humble opinion. Welcome, KCC. I appreciate you. And don't forget, fam, this is a live and interactive show, so don't be shy. Make sure you're signed in so you can interact. Let me know where you're tuning in from as well. I appreciate it. I'm broadcasting live, as I do here each and every day from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico, sipping on some kombucha. Delicious stuff right here. It's called Hum. Very low in sugar. Good stuff. What does the star next to my handle mean? How'd I get it? Someone gifted you Neo Styles. We have a very kind giving community. In fact, when I mentioned we had over 200 paid memberships, 150 plus of them were gifted by kind souls, people like Zero. And there's so many people. Casey, you guys have just been gifting people, I guess, for Christmas, just feeling in the mood of giving. It's incredible. It's that season. So you have been blessed. So if you have a star next to your name, you have that special badge, you get priority shout outs. So I recommend everyone become a member. But yeah, there's over 200 paid members already. So you guys are a part of the HODL Gang or MicroStrategy. We have different level of paid memberships. So that's what it means. Q Pasa fam. What it do, Izzy? Let's freaking go. Congrats, says Rodrigo. Great work, bro. Keep it up. BTFD. Buy that dip. Selector Sam, the best network is Polygon Matic. Melanie says this community is the best. I agree with that sentiment. But anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, including weekends, just like this. And let's get it lit like that Christmas tree you see on your screen. Also, be sure to smash the like and hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications. This helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm and will help usher in this mass Bitcoin adoption, which we have been praying to the gods for a very long time. And 2024 is right around the corner, so you already know. Today is pod episode number 1493. I'm your host, JV, and today is December 16th, 2023. We have lots to cover, so let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. You can see Bitcoin in the green, which we love to see. Bitcoin trading actually above 42,500 over on Coin360. On ETH, we have it trading at $2,250, also in the green. ICP, head of the pack, up 42% in the past 24 hours, which is pretty impressive. We have ADA and AVAX also in the green, while BNB, Solana, and XRP are correcting. And in the red, they say when in doubt, zoom out. Let's see how we look on the weekly. Bitcoin down roughly 4% on the week. XRP down almost 8%. AVAX killing it on the weekly, up over 40%. And zooming out for the monthly, let's see how we're looking in the overall market here. Bitcoin is up over 12% on the month. Ether up 9%, Solana 14%, Cardano 62%, and AVAX straight killing the game, up 107% in the past 30 days. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap still sitting above 1.61 trillion with about 48 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance back on the decline at 51.6%. With the Ether dominance also back on the decline at 16.8%. So it seems many of the alts are rising against the two top cryptos in the market. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours. As I mentioned earlier, ICP killing it, up 42% on the daily, up 90% on the week. I wonder what's going on there. I know you guys are pretty bullish on ICP, so let me know. Filecoin is up 20% on the daily, just trading above $5.90, followed by Flare up almost 14%, trading at just under 2 cents. And below that, we have Shiba Inu, Arweave, Osmosis. Which particular altcoins are you most bullish on for this bull run? Please let JV know in those comments down below. And checking out the crypto bubbles for a visual perspective of the market. Yesterday, Blanc was up like 100%. Today, it's pulling back down 26%. Again, ICP killing it, 43%. Filecoin up almost 22%. Osmo up almost 10%. And Sheep up over 11%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 67 greed. Yesterday a 70, last week a 73, and last month a 70 in greed. So there you have it, my crypto fam. We're halfway through December. It's been one hell of a year thus far. Bitcoin's up roughly 160% on the year. So massive congratulations to all my Bitcoin hodlers out there. Let's get it. Happy hodler checking in from Huntington Beach, California. I got nothing but California love for the West Coast. Let's go. Welcome, Paul. Pound the like. Appreciate that. Let's go, JV. Pump Bitcoin to the moon. You already know JIV. Samson now predicting Bitcoin to $1 million in a few days after the approval. You damn Skippy. Hence why we're covering it. I got mass respect for Samson Mow. As you know, he is one of my favorite dudes out there, helping usher in mass adoption on a country, massive nation, state level, dealing with the presidents of Colombia, Mexico, making major moves. He also works very closely with the one and only Bukele. 2024, let's go El Salvador. I like Matic. 8ADA, sorry. Ave, Immutable X, and Axie Infinity, says Neo. Appreciate you sharing. Greetings from Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Jeff Rhodes. Appreciate you, fam. Alex Mansfield, stacking them sats. Hodl, wait, you got it. Patience is rewarded big time when it comes to biddies. Now, FOMO frickin' 1 million overnight. Bring it. UFC 269. Oh, snap. This evening, I'm going to be watching. I can't wait. Who do you think's going to win? Edwards or Covington? Let me know your predictions. Hello from London, says Kepler. Hello, London. Salute. Appreciate you tuning in. Get Newsom out of office. What a clown. Agreed. That's the freaking governor of Cali. Probably the worst of the worst, right? What up, fam? What up, Casey Gates? What are you doing? Let me know. Stacking Saturday. Hopefully you're stacking those biddies. XRP, BTC, and Quant. Let's go. Says hiring now. Good selections. I appreciate you sharing. Sid Math says SATA 1000. Is that an altcoin, brother? Let me know. Shout out to Maximus, all our incredible mods. Shout out to Digital Dankness. Shout out to the rest of the fam as well. What up, Sonny? Chi-Town in the building. Can you say Chi City? Let's go. Anyone see that Kanye rant that just surfaced and went viral? Holy moly. Covington, I think, takes the belt ground and pound, says Stedge. Well, I would say that Covington is definitely in Edwards' head. He made some comment about his deceased father, and Edwards couldn't control himself, threw something at him. So the fight may already be won in the mind. That's where it all begins. This is psychological warfare, fam. Paul De La, hey, what it do? 1 million, what the frick? Yeah, according to Samson Mow, don't shoot the messenger, big dog. What do you think of Cardano's meme coin snack? I know nothing about it. Just keeping it real. Greetings from Puerto Rico. Shout out Puerto Rico. Appreciate you hiring now. Let's go. Cape Cod. Can we talk about Bonk? What about it? Here's all I know about it. It's a decentralized meme coin. It looks like it has the Dogecoin logo a part of it. And it's killing it on the Solana blockchain. It's one of the top gainers. That's all I know. If Bitcoin hits $1 million overnight, peeps are going to be shopping like Richard Hart in the morning. Amen. We're all Richard Hart. Just playing, but you know what I mean. Hex and Trump, says BlackRock. Sid Math, is the SEC still looking for Mr. Richard Hart? Have they located him? Let me know. In 10 minutes, his rant about 2 minutes is all I can stomach, says Mark Harris. You referring to me, big dog? Whatever. To each their own. Kanye, oh, you're referring to Kanye. I thought you were referring to my rant. I'm like, huh? But yeah, it was like a 10-minute rant. It was interesting. I hear ya, or he might be too emotional from the dad comment. It's a shame, though. I lost all my Bitcoin in a terrible boating accident this morning. Oh, poor Raven. So sorry to hear that, Raven. Churchyards watching from Cornwall, England. Fairgrounds taking a break. Appreciate UK. UK in the building. What up, Jersey Bean? What up, VM? Rhode Island is the bomb. Sack Gary Gensler. Fire that mofo. I'm with ya. Let's see the price will look like when one Satoshi starts moving around. Amen. But anyways, we have so much to cover, so let's kick it with our Bitcoin TA. Check out some of the charts, aka we call this astrology for men, technical analysis. So shout out to all my broskies out there. Here we go. Here's the latest. Here's the headline. Bitcoin whales aim to reclaim 42 after the price dives over 3%. In fact, we already reclaimed 42. We're at 42.5 right now, looking to reclaim 43, baby. Bitcoin tapped lows beneath 41.7 after the December 15th Wall Street open yesterday as the price action fielded fresh sell side pressure. Here you're looking at the Bitcoin 1 hour candle chart. Bitcoin balks at the SEC, Coinbase rejection. Bitcoin, from a fresh recovery from snap volatility the day prior, failed to hold its ground at 43 G's, baby, as Bitcoin bulls were denied the upside continuation. The Bitcoin price weakness accompanied the news that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission had refused the request by major exchange Coinbase to rework the rules of crypto. And in fact, later, that's going to be a featured story we discuss in greater detail. But here's what the chairman, Mr. Gary Gensler, had to share. Today, the commission denied a petition for rulemaking filed on behalf of the Coinbase Global Inc. I was pleased to support the commission's decision for 3 reasons. First, existing laws and regulations applied to the crypto securities market. Second, the SEC addresses the crypto securities markets through rulemaking as well. And third, it is important to maintain commission discretion in setting its own rulemaking priorities. And let me add a number 4. I'm no Claire Gare, so let's reflect this and discuss something else besides the ETF, please. Now, the SEC is already implicated in the crypto market narrative thanks to expectations of the first approved Bitcoin ETF in early 2024. In fact, the top ETF analysts over at Bloomberg, we're talking about James Seyfarth and Eric Balchunas, are both dead set on a 90% approval chance between the window of January 5th and January 10th being the next big deadline. That's less than a month away. Let me know if you feel we're going to get that green light. Now, in an interview with Bloomberg on the 13th, which we did a react session to 2 shows ago on Rumble, if you missed it, check it out. Gensler acknowledged recent legal proceedings linked to the agency's repeated rejections of the spot Bitcoin ETF apps. The SEC said, does things according to our authorities and how courts interpret our authorities. And that's what we'll do here as well. Analyzing the latest setup on the order books, we have SKU flagging increasing bid support, which has been intensifying at 41,000. Quoting them here alongside the charts, increasing bid depth around 41 Gs will be interesting from here. Active supply around 44,000. Now, subsequent analysis highlighted the low time frame exponential moving averages now back in play. Quoting them here for the 4-hour chart, price contesting the 4-hour exponential moving averages again, and the relative strength index below 50 currently, which is an important close coming up. Those spot bids line up with the 4-hour, the 100 exponential moving average, and the 18-day exponential moving average. Now let's discuss this Fibonacci. Zooming out, we had co-founder of trading resource Material Indicators revealing the ongoing struggle to flip a key weekly level back into support. This came in the form of the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement line near 42.5, which is precisely where we're currently at. One of the several key hurdles to overcome on the way towards the 69,000 all-time highs. Quoting analyst Keith Allen, if we look at the Fibonacci levels from the all-time high to the macro swing low for BTC, we find ourselves testing support inside the golden pocket. That is bullish if the 0.5 Fibonacci holds and leads to a breakout above the 0.618 level. But at the moment, there seems to be a battle to hang. Now, Material Indicators further showed large volume traders increasing their buying activity, which is a good sign. That's the smart money, aka the whales. Quoting him here, mega whales are buying and trying to reclaim 42,000. And in fact, they have been buying and we just reclaimed 42,000. So definitely a good sign. Let me know how bullish you guys are for Bitcoin this month of December, considering we only have 2 weeks left until January of 2024, only about a week and a half until Christmas. It's time. Let me read your comments. 50,000 candles is legit killer. Send it. Let's go. Shiba is running, says Johnny. He better be running as a dog, right? Buy large amounts slowly, then dump it, and the price goes down and buy it back in, says Casey Gates. You're referring to the mega whales, fam? I love using the Fibonacci. It tells all. Amen. The Fibonacci is definitely one of my favorite indicators as well. Johnny, what it do? Welcome churchyard and cemeteries. Appreciate you tuning in. The golden ratio, baby. That's right. Now, who is the Fibonacci anyways? He should go back to Italy. Yes, an Italian gentleman, I would take it. Let's reclaim 30 Gs just for an hour so we can get more sats. You wish. I don't think that's happening, fam. We may never see in the 30,000 range ever again. What are your thoughts? I think if we can march on up and flip the current annual resistance into a support, break 45, we'll probably never return to these levels. So sayonara, 42 Gs Bitcoin, take advantage of it while it still lasts. Welcome, Barry, top word. ADA, good cup of coffee, or about to get a good cup of coffee and listen to JV. I appreciate that. I just had a cappuccino at the mall. I feel lit right now. Alex says, I can't wait for the non-believers to see what's about to happen. Amen, Alex. They're going to be in for a shock, and that's when they're all going to want to get their position after the God candle comes. Plan B says he doubts we'll ever go below 35,000 again. I agree with that sentiment, and he's not the only analyst to share that. Also, talking about the stock to flow in Plan B, stock to flow shows the Bitcoin price hovering between 100,000 and freaking 1 million between 2024 and 2028. Post Bitcoin halving, and halving is only 4 months out. It's about to get lit. You know what I mean? I thought your hat said Buka. Oh, come on, guys. You for real, Jay Torres? Wouldn't that be something? Rocking a bukkake hat, if I even pronounced that properly. But yeah, I think that's like a porn fetish. Correct me if I'm wrong. So no, this says Bukele. We rep in El Salvador. He's being reelected in 2024. It was written, and it's 420 right now in Puerto Rico. So hits from the Hopi and Bong, let's go. Can we hit 50,000 for the 50th BD? What do you mean by the BD? Is that birthday, fam? Santa rally gearing up? Sheeb, let's go. Are you referring to your own birthday? Useless stream, never 30 in the million, mate. You should be careful what you're smoking. Some of this stuff cooks your brain. Hey, Olav, you can be a perma-bear forever. I guarantee we'll hit $1 million. We may not hit it, as Samson Mow is anticipating in 2024, but I guarantee you it will come. It may not be until 2028. It may not be until 2030. It may not be until 2032, but mark my words, it's a coming, because the same doubters who doubted Jesus, all right, now I'm exaggerating, but the same doubters who said Bitcoin would never hit $10 when it was a penny are the same mofos who are probably doubting it now. You never know, right? And when we hit 100, people say, oh, we can never 10x to 1,000. We hit 1,000, oh, we'll never hit 10,000. We hit 10,000, oh, we'll never hit 50,000. Well, we've already smashed 69. So you do the math, right? Today is my B-Day. I am 50. Well, congratulations and happy birthday to Casey Gates. Everyone show him some birthday love. That's a pretty big deal. Happy birthday, fam. Sincerely. We will revisit the high 30s again, but not for long. It's very possible, Dan. Time will tell. It's inevitable, says Bring Facts. That's right. Every prediction I share in this damn channel will come true. You just gotta have the patience, right? Now, maybe that $1 billion target's not coming anytime soon from Fidelity's, head of macro, Jury and Timmer. Maybe that 6 or 7 billion prediction from Peter Dunsworth is a whiles out. But eventually, you already know, because the dollar is freaking doomed. What up, chaps? What up, lads? What up, Jazz? Appreciate ya. Happy birthday, Casey. Everyone show him some birthday love. Celebrate with the fam. Buy with 2028 in mind. That's right, because by 2028, you already know that's 2 halvings away. It's going to get lit. You can add 2 zeros to that price action. We'll probably be in the 7-figure range, in my humble opinion. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. I'd sing, but I don't want to hurt anyone's ears. How much Bitcoin for $1 million 10 years? That's a great question. Probably less than 1. You'll get a fraction of a Bitcoin. How about that? Take that, perma bears. Long run, 1 million, absolutely. Amen. What up, facts? I got more patience than a doctor. I love it. I'm like an out-of-work doctor, no patience. That's the average trader. If hyperinflation sets in, then Twinkies will be $1 million too. Amen. $1 million Twinkies, send it and let's go. You shouldn't be eating Twinkies for Christ's sake anyways. I digress. Let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss the latest from asset management giant Franklin Templeton predicting the following. As you can see in the headline, every national treasury will need to hold Bitcoin. Bring it. Developing countries will continue to adopt the king crypto before it eventually becomes imperative for all national treasuries to hodl, according to the $1.5 trillion asset manager, Franklin Templeton. The investment firm's head of digital asset and investor advisory service, Sandy Call, spoke at length this week about the future of Bitcoin adoption, from its place within the investor portfolios to its technology stack to its role amongst nations and governments. And according to this analyst, Bitcoin is already becoming an attractive tool for the less developed nations to compete with the larger economies on a more equal playing field by combining their buying power around the digital currency. Quoting her here, I think that you'll see more of that, she said in an interview on the Coin Stories pod. Also, shout out to Natalie Brunell, the host of the Coin Stories pod. I think also that it's going to become something that every treasury needs to hold because portions of their business will just be facilitated more easily through Bitcoin payments. Preach. Now, while acknowledging that CBDCs may also make cross-border trade more efficient, we know it's the work of the devil. The spokesperson said such currencies will still be subject to national exchange rate risks. Now, by contrast, Bitcoin can be used as a base unit for international trade, meaning that every country will need to hold some Bitcoin reserves in order to facilitate efficient conversions. So USA, where you at? I know the USA's government currently holds quite a bit of Bitcoin, probably over 100,000 coins, but they tend to auction them off. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Now, I just see it working its way increasingly into the traditional banking system as a foundational part of that system. Now let's discuss Bitcoin for diversification. Franklin Templeton is one of the 13 applicants gunning for the Bitcoin Spot ETF here in the US. As regulators grow more open-minded on the product, many analysts expect Franklin and other applicants to be approved for launch early next year. How many of you are hopeful that we'll get the approval by Gary and the SEC by January 10th? Let me know, fam. It's right around the corner, less than a month out. And by offering the Bitcoin exposure through the ETF wrapper, the fund will more easily find a way into investor portfolios. That's a given. Now, the analysts also call Bitcoin one of the best performing asset classes in the past decade, even when factoring in crypto winter. You're damn right. Here's the math. Since 2011, Bitcoin is up over 20 million%. Find me another more appreciative asset. It doesn't exist. In fact, Bitcoin is the most appreciative asset in human frickin' history. And we're just getting started. Now, as an alternative asset class, the spokesperson said Bitcoin can provide alternative exposure and diversification to portfolios and thus better risks adjusted returns. Shout out to Zero. We appreciate you gifting yet another membership. This dude has probably gifted 50 to 100 memberships by himself. So show him some serious love. And congratulations, 23 flavors. You have just been blessed with a free membership for the channel. Now, over the next 5 to 10 years, this analyst envisions crypto unlocking a slew of benefits that modern day investors and spenders are unfamiliar with. Quoting him or her here, the money that I have in my account and the investments I make in my portfolio are going to act like loyalty programs and unlock all sorts of benefits for me, she shared. So there you frickin' have it. Let me know if you think all those treasuries are likely to adopt Bitcoin as well, and it's just a sign of the time. Now, Mystery Man, welcome. Barack, welcome. Is definitely happening in January. BlackRock has room for much money to make. Yeah, they're going to be killing the game, and they're going to be holding on to those biddies, so don't sell your Bitcoins because you may never receive them back. Just saying, family. Now, please, may I ask if there are speakers in the corner of your room? I am intrigued. Thanks in advance. No, what you see here, so you know, those are actually sound treatments. They're like wood frames with something in the middle designed to remove the echo out of the room, because here in Puerto Rico, we have concrete block homes because of all the hurricanes. So if you don't have these sound treatments, it would sound horrible, like a megaphone. So it's something you must have if you're hosting a podcast. So now you know. And Barack just gifted a membership as well. So I appreciate the giving spirit, and congratulations. Robert Curry, you have just been gifted a free membership to the channel. You can thank Barack Monfils for that one. What up, guys? What up, Passive? What up, John? Y'all got to get smashed. Bitcoin will be worth $1 million in 127 years. Maybe. I think you're crazy. I think you don't understand Bitcoin and its true value proposition. If everyone understood it, Bitcoin already be $10, $100 million a coin, 10 to 100 million per coin. This is according to Michael Saylor, right? If everyone understood the true value proposition of Bitcoin, the fact it's incorruptible, the fact it's unconfiscatable makes it priceless to somebody like myself, because every other form of wealth can be stolen from you if you piss off the powers that be. If you say something against their agenda, they can just shut you down, shut your bank accounts, and seize all your wealth. Happens all the time to the most influential out there who speak the truth. The Tate brothers being a great example for that, family. What up, Zach? Legit, Bitcoin will be the world store of value. That's right. We may even become the world reserve currency, for Christ's sake. You guys truly are underestimating the king. For real, for real. Facts. Steven, I am never good enough to time it, says Mayan. Spot ETF will be approved January 8th, and I'll be Pattaya celebrating Yahtzee mofos, in the words of, what's his name? Arthur Hayes. Let's go. Don't forget to click the link. Button boils and ghouls. Neo, you're awesome. What up, Crypto Rome? What up, Earth's Roots America? Bitcoin wallets can be hacked? Well, if you don't secure your wallet, then anything can be hacked. In fact, Ethereum is probably the most sus and most commonly hacked cryptocurrency. If you're using MetaMask, they just had breaking story the other day. We covered it on the show. Ledger wallet hacks. Be careful out there. But when you self-custody your Bitcoin properly, it's unhackable, right? You put it in a cold storage wallet device, such as, what is it called? There's so many out there. There's the Trezor. There's the one that looks like the little calculator called the Cold Card. There's the EliPal. There's the Blockstream Jade. Many options, unhackable. So take that, right? Don't keep your crypto on the exchanges. That's when it becomes a honeypot. That's when it becomes a target. Don't use the hot wallets, the online wallets, the phone wallets. All those are sus. If you're using something such as a Cold Card, it never has to touch the internet. It never has to connect to your computer. And it's the safest way to store your precious little biddies. So now you know. What up, getting cereal? Cold Card. There we go. Abe. A, will they be able to manipulate the price through the ETF? No, they won't. This will be the first ETF in human history. We're talking about the spot with true price discovery, unmanipulatable. You know what is manipulatable? Futures, right? So Gary loves manipulated ETFs, just like gold and silver. JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, the tapeworm himself, has been manipulating precious metal markets for a long time. They've paid over $38 billion worth of fines for manipulation of markets, money laundering, and all those other criminal activities they get allowed to get away with because they have friends in high places, but they're criminals at the end of the day. That's right. All the heads of the banking cartels are all criminals. You guys got to know that by now. Tangem is good too. I appreciate you sharing, Nate. Puerto Rico laws regarding Bitcoin for U.S. citizens. There's beautiful advantages out here. Ask me at the end of the show at the live Q&A. I'll spend a lot of time. We can discuss it. How's that sound? Because we still got a lot of content to share. So let's break down our next story of the day. We currently got almost 600 people here in the live chat. Right now on YouTube, please smash the likes, get those likes up. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. You're going to get an on-screen shout out, and I'm guaranteeing you it's going to be lit. So let's continue, shall we? Here's our next story for the day. We discussed the treasuries adopting Bitcoin. Now let's discuss El Loco, Mr. Javier Milei, the new president of Argentina. And guess what? Feliz Navidad. It's that time of the season, so Merry Christmas to my fam. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys got all your Christmas shopping done. Today at the mall, it was crazy hectic, but my daughter got a Bitcoin in one of her toys. One of those like surprise mini brand toys. Yeah, you can now get some biddies. Shout out Zero. We appreciate that super. Says thanks again for all you do, fam. Shout out to the Crypto News Alerts. Appreciate you guys, and shout out to the entire fam, especially you, Zero. You're the man. All right, let's break down this next story of the day. Discuss the latest with Javier Milei. Do you think Argentina will likely adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender? What are your thoughts? Well, here's some stuff you should know about Javier Milei. Argentina welcomed the new president December 10th, pledging profound economic reforms in the country, including shutting down the central bank. Let's go. And including to the dissolution of the central bank, along with the number of other measures aimed at reducing government size and spending. I'm all for that. You already know how I feel about the central banks. Now, President Javier Gerardo Milei is known as El Loco, the crazy one. I like that nickname. He earned that at school due to his explosive personality, and during his campaign, Milei pushed his crazy persona onto the stage, proposing disruptive measures to the population heavily burdened with 161% annual inflation rate as of November. Now, interestingly, the Argentine peso inflated 161%. However, Bitcoin is up roughly 160% on the year. Coincidence? Interesting. His economic proposals are based on his decades of experience as an economist, ranging from advising Argentina's dictatorship from 1976 to my birth year of 1983, to working on private pension funds and banks, and also a professor of macroeconomics and microeconomics, having published several books and papers about economic growth. Now, Milei decided to become an economist at 12, good Lord, when the peso's exchange rate collapsed, sparking the country's first debt crisis back in the 1980s. And according to the media reports, Milei observed people fighting over groceries due to the situation. He then developed into the law of supply and demand, which says that demand for a product declines when the price rises and increases when the price drops, which is a key concept to understanding inflation. Now, the new president describes himself as a minachist. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, fam, but a form of libertarianism that advocates for a minimal state and free markets. Now, Milei had been on the other side of the economic spectrum during his initial career. In a recent interview with The Economist, Milei said he was trained as a Keynesian in college, a reference to John Maynard Keynes' economic theories about the importance of government in creating jobs and economic growth. A few years later, after completing his 2 master's degrees, Milei found himself more aligned with the neoclassical ideals and the devotee of the real business cycle theory, a significant shift from the traditional Keynesian views of the business cycle. Nowadays, he sees the government as a criminal organization. Kudos to him for even saying that, because we all know it's true, right? And blames Argentina's central bank for the peso's devaluation over the past years. Quoting him here, "The state is a criminal organization that lives off a coercive source of income called taxes." Preach. That's why I respect this dude. How many politicians or government leaders, such as the president of a country, is willing to say that? Not many. Now, although Milei is not formally acknowledged as a pro-crypto advocate, his ideologies align closely with several traditional core crypto principles. Milei believes that as time goes by, tech will allow us to move towards a free society in which contracts between individuals govern everything. That's right. Disruptive tech cutting out the middleman. BTC, let's go. Quitting him here. Contracts between individuals are the basis of the market. The market is a process of social cooperation where individuals voluntarily exchange property rights. His proposals for resolving Argentina's prolonged economic crisis do not explicitly include using Bitcoin or other crypto. However, he previously hinted at Bitcoin as an alternative to money or monetary authorities. Quoting Milei, "We have to understand that the central bank is a scam." Preach. What Bitcoin represents is the return of money to its original creation, the private sector. Facts. Milei promised to dollarize the Argentine economy, making the country's monetary system still under the eyes of the central bank, but in this case, the eyes of the United States Federal Reserve. Now, Max had a better idea. Instead of using the US dollar, you can just use Tether and adopt Bitcoin. You don't need to adopt the US dollar. The US dollar is dying along with the peso, at least in my opinion. What do you guys think? But quoting him here, what I do see that has become popular is that Milei is recognized as a Bitcoiner candidate when in fact he is not. In fact, he has mentioned on some occasions not being a specialist in crypto and has mentioned that they will not be the focus of his government, said Hernan Gonzalez, the press officer of the non-governmental organization Bitcoin Argentina. Now, we also have Fernando, an Argentine Bitcoin advocate and founder of the Bitcoin Perception, sharing a similar view. He said while Milei has been praising Bitcoin in interviews, his official program lacks any specific friendly Bitcoin proposal. But there you have it. Let me know. Do you think Argentina will eventually dollarize, move away from the peso, and eventually incorporate Bitcoin some way, somehow? Let me know. Now, Max Keiser, of course, he said he'll go fly out to Buenos Aires and orange pill this guy. I'd love for Max to speak with him along with Samson Mow and the rest, because we already know Bukele laid the blueprint and the foundation for the beautiful people of El Salvador. Now it's going to be a domino effect. Who else is likely to follow? Now, you got to keep in mind, the population of Argentina is massive. The population in El Salvador is quite small, probably just a few million people. So this would usher in mass adoption. So I'm hopeful that Milei gets orange pilled, pleased by Max Keiser, and they adopt Bitcoin some way, somehow, maybe as a strategic move following in the blueprint of Bukele. Let me know your thoughts, crypto fam. I'm going to read some more comments out loud. Mine Archives is an Antichrist, but minimal instead of Anarch. Good to know. Thank you, Getting Cereal. December 2019, it was 7 Gs, only 35% of the 2017 all-time high before the May 2020 halving. Now it's 61% of the 69,000 2021 high. Let's go. Days, bruh. Can you imagine the pullback on something like that? It'd be pretty lit, right? What up, White? I appreciate you subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Much respect. So Bitcoin is not so low. In fact, it could go into a left transition this bull market and top 2024 instead of 2025 like the previous cycles. Anything can happen, right? ICP is the game changer and rocking crypto, says Joe. Oh, he does, Phil. Predicts 100,000 by the halving. If money constantly flows in at a high rate, it will barely deflate ever, says Unmatrix. Jennifer shares we need to intro Bukele and Milei. Amen. It has to get done. Have you guys seen the movie Zeitgeist by Peter Joseph? I have, Casey. Excellent. It is a much watch if you want to learn how bad the banking system is. Exactly. It opened my eyes. I was a young lad when I watched that, so much respect to that documentary. Also, Max Keiser was a part of it. I didn't even know who Max was back then. You know what I mean? Now, one Bitcoin goes and becomes psychologically too high to buy. I'm thinking 2 or 3 other cryptos will take up the overflow. Tectum, Caspa, and Tau, according to Tiny Gems Crypto. Is ICP the real deal? Asked George. I don't really have much insights on it. If anyone else knows, let us know. You should buy a Bitcoin dog basket for Nipsey. Of course, Nipsey's getting some Christmas presents, family. There's already like 40 gifts under the tree we wrapped just yesterday. You know what I mean? He told me he doesn't not believe that. Just letting you know what he told me. Who you're referring to, Phil? Let me know. If he said that publicly, he believes it, says Steve. It's a certainty for a long-time investment. The only thing that can take it down is quantum computing, says Slayer1. I watched Zeitgeist 20 years ago. Exactly. It was like after 9/11 and all that. I remember too. You know what I mean? 100,000 by the halving inherently means the cycle will be left translated, says Steven. ICP, I think, is a potential vaporware. Do you buy altcoins? Asked Nick Zabos. I'm all in on Bitcoin personally, family, but I don't hate anyone. I like seeing people win. So if you can win with an altcoin, much respect, all power to you. Just be careful because most people do lose. You got to keep that in mind. It's player versus player out here in these streets, these crypto streets. I would buy a NIP coin. There you go. Do we got to launch the NIP coin? That's my dog, by the way, the official mascot of the show. You can see in the background right there. You see his cute little white face. ICP is a real deal and will go way higher. Do your research, says Joe. Jay Bravo says buy Bitcoin. Amen. If 7,000 was 31% of the 69,000 high, then 42,000 is 31% of 1,414,000. Let's freaking go. Shout out Jennifer. Appreciate you breaking down that math and sharing. Let me sip on another sip of my kombucha and we'll break down our next story of the day. Welcome to everyone joining the fam. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday. We just about to get this show lit. Let's go. All right, fam, let's break down our next story, shall we? We just discussed El Loco, Javier Milei. Now let's discuss the latest between Coinbase and the SEC and their lawsuit. Here we go. The SEC is accused of gaslighting in the Coinbase rulemaking dispute. SEC, what are you guys doing? What are you guys running a criminal organization with Gensler as the head? Now, in the ongoing legal dispute between Coinbase and the US SEC, pro-XRP lawyer John Deaton accused the SEC chair, Mr. No Clarity Gary, of gaslighting the public and disagreed with his stance on cryptocurrencies. The accusation comes amid the SEC rejecting the Coinbase crypto rulemaking petition for the following three reasons. Number one, applying current security laws to cryptos, the SEC's engagement with the crypto securities market through the rulemaking, and number three, the significance of preserving the Commission's discretion in establishing its rulemaking priorities. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Deaton. Now, in the post, Deaton emphasized Gensler's statement outlining the reasons for the SEC decision, where the SEC chair states, there is nothing unique or new about crypto. Gensler added that Coinbase's rulemaking request relies on the belief in the distinctiveness of the crypto ecosystem concerning asset volatility and the categorization of all assets as securities under current laws. That's right. According to No Claire Gare, virtually everything minus Bitcoin is an unregistered security. So keep that in mind. Now, according to Deaton, this stance directly opposes the SEC chair's statement during his congressional testimony earlier in 2023. Deaton called Gensler asserting that crypto lies beyond the commission's scope due to its unique nature, creating a regulatory gap. Deaton stated that Coinbase's request relied on the SEC perspective, as evidenced by prior communications. He also noted Gensler's complete reversal on the crypto issue, attributing it to political motives and backing from Senator Elizabeth Warren. So is Mr. No Clarity Gary colluding with Senator Elizabeth Warren? Of course they are. Just saying. We all know this. The SEC has been sending different signals about its approach to the crypto ecosystem, either through Gensler's words or through the Commission's actions